Hey guys, welcome to the Stream Space, or welcome back if you've been here before. You name it sound better than this, I can. It can be the startup of a game system. But anyways, I'm addicted to chai lattes, the iced version specifically. Anyways, so got another stack of games to go over here. We had a game show that we went to, and that's where actually most of these are from, but this is kind of like a hybrid of Amazon and the game show there. So let's dive into it. We got Mega Man X collection. It's the Legacy collection for Mega Man X and the Legacy collection too. So like it's actually, I think it's about how many games? It's 8 games. It's 8 games in one bundle. I was in our previous video I mentioned because I had picked up Mighty Number 9 because I was looking into trying to dive into like the Mega Man universe and get to know the lore of the character. And like I've always thought Mega Man was cool, but I don't really know anything about him aside from he can blast things. And I do like the Battle Network games because I did actually play those, but that's more of an action RPG. So here we are playing these ones, and boy are they friggin' hard. They're really hard games, but I would say they are actually a lot of fun. So just so you guys know, this game is it comes with a physical cartridge. However, that only contains version 1 through 4, whereas there is a DLC code for the 4 to 8. Sorry. Yeah, 5. Yeah, it's 4 to 8. So basically each game has 4. All right. Why am I struggling with this so hard? But X Collection Legacy or X Legacy Collection 1 is Mega Man X 2, 3, and 4. And then Legacy Collection 2 is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And yeah, I'd say it's really good. I mean, it looks great. It's got like the frame rate is fantastic. It's like just a huge improvement over the hardware this was originally built for. So I'd say go check it out. I mean, they are not super expensive. It was like $40 for the entire package. So I'd say completely worth it. Um, Next up, and this is because I'm missing some of the Wii U and GameCube era games, we got a hold of a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was ported up to the Switch 2, and then they obviously did 2 and then 3, and that's where Shulk is from. But it's still kind of cool to, I don't know, see some of the better Wii U games because that console did not have a lot going for it in terms like it had some really specific like first party titles that were just solid like Star Fox Zero and um Pokken Tournament and a couple other ones, but like it just kind of finishing the collection for that particular console is nice. So it's from my understanding it's an RPG. I'm excited to dive into that. I love RPGs. Splatoon. I have heard all the hype about this, and this has even a story mode, so I'm gonna give it a shot at some point. But again, finishing that collection for the Wii U because I don't have my whole Wii U set, and I don't want to dive into getting every single game for it. I'm not doing that. I build a list, and those are the games I buy. Um, so these two, yeah, we're still on the list of ones from game shows. So I'll let you know when we switch. Um, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. Um, I was missing this one, and I didn't know I was missing this one. So we have, I think it's the Ring Bearers is the other Wii version of Crystal Chronicles. I mean, I even have the GameCube version on or it's like I guess it's the Nintendo Switch re-release. They never did a physical copy, as far as I'm aware. But no, it's fun to collect Final Fantasy games for me because it's like the first RPG that I really got into that wasn't Pokemon. Then we have Dynasty Warriors 2 for PlayStation 2. Again, we're still collecting from that show. Dynasty Warriors 2 is interesting to me because when Dynasty Warriors first started, it was not the beat 'em up that we know now. None of the Warriors games would exist without the very first one, I imagine. So the first one was actually a, Mortal Kombat esque fighting game with traditional Japanese characters like Lu Bu and stuff. Like they were real people, but they made them into, it was Dynasty Warriors, so they were going to let them duke it out on a 2D platform or a 2.5D because it was 3D. But yeah, So now this was the first one that made it into a more like a field battler where you were clearing fields and it was a beat 'em up. So that was the first version of Dynasty Warriors I ever played, which was actually three. And that was obviously, I distinctly remember playing the Yellow Turban Rebellion over and over and over again, just because it was fun, and I didn't. I kept trying to. Every time I had it, it seemed like I never had a memory card, so I always had to keep like starting over. Anyways, um, Time Splitters 2. So we kind of collected this series in a weird order. We collected number 1. We got it for like $10. And then we found that I think at Level Up. And then we went to our video game show that we just went to. And we got Time Splitters 2. And I mean, I don't know too much about the series other than it seems to play very much like modern like Quake games from them, and like in this there is some overarching story, and I do intend to play them. I'm not buying them for nothing, right? So that's Time Splitters 2, and that was made by Eidos. I didn't know that they made that series. They would have been famous mostly for Tomb Raider. Okay, moving on. Now this one is an Amazon purchase, and that is, I didn't. No, actually, sorry. Pardon me. Walmart. It's a Walmart purchase. Oblivion, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered. Now, I'm not a huge fan of like just straight up remasters for no reason, but it's like they completely rebuilt the game, and I never really got to experience it on the Xbox 360 other than I played it a teeny bit, but it was not the main game that I played on there. I played a lot of other titles, but I never finished Oblivion in its prime, so it's kind of cool to get a modern retake on it, and I'm excited to dive into what kind of character I can play on this. These games are like definitely time sinks though, so like I don't tend to do much more than the story. Like in Skyrim, I usually do the companion storyline so I can get the werewolf transformation, and then I move down into the main story. Like I've been playing it on Switch, and I have been working through the main story. The last game in our thing here, and I'm gonna point out that I'm against these, but I didn't know what it was until I got it, and that is Resident Evil 9 Requiem. This is the deluxe edition, so it has a steelbook. I'll show you what that looks like. I gotta be careful because this is a flimsy cardboard sleeve they put it in. It's also a little too tight for what they're trying to do with it. Giggity. So you get the news clippings and the gun, and you get this is the one you get the Lady Dimitrescu skin without having to buy the DLC. We're actually doing a stream on it. We do have this is our Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Now, what I was going to mention, because I started the showcase of this one by saying wouldn't normally do this, and that is I don't like game key cards. I'm against what they stand for, and it is it is almost like you bought a digital copy, but they gave you something physical to show for it. And I mean, from my standpoint, that's why I don't like digitals. There's nothing to physically show for it. However, yeah, had I known that was a game key card, I probably wouldn't have got that edition of it. I'll probably finish my playthrough and then I might trade it for a PS5 version just because I like kind of keeping them on the same system. I have Village and 7. So I got 7, Village, RE4, like 2, 3, and 4. They're all PlayStation. They're all on PlayStation. So I think I'd like to keep it that way. But anyways, that's kind of the end of it. Resident Evil Requiem is also, like I said, we're streaming it. So feel free to check out those videos. We have part 1 and 2 live currently, which is obviously the intro. And then we dive through most of the mansion itself, but it's pretty good so far. I mean, if you haven't seen it already, I mean, I'm very much behind the world on that, so I've haven't been streaming as much as I usually do. So anyways, that kind of concludes what we were going to showcase for this video, for this gaming pickup video. So I'm gonna punch off, but of course, you can find me over on YouTube, Pydera Space 74, over on Twitch, Pydera_74. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, do all those things. Because if you engage with us, we're gonna engage with you. We'll definitely we love to talk to anybody that's enjoying our videos, get your feedback if we can. In addition to that, of course, there's a couple other ways you can support the channel. There is our eBay, which is through our company, which is so it's a company I run here where we do IT and game console repair and other stuff, but we sell basically gaming collectibles on eBay, and it's ebay.ca/SV Retrotech. You guys can check that out. All those will be in my YouTube bio if you want to check them out. In addition to that, there is, of course, W.GG, which is they make energy drinks. They were one of our first partnerships / offerings, as it were. If you use creator code Pydera74, no spaces, you'll actually get a 20% discount, and we get a 10% cut of the order. So everybody kind of wins on that one. And if you're not really into the the sweaters or anything, their main thing is the energy drinks, right? And they have a bunch of really good flavors. And I can say honestly, it's jitter-free kind of energy. It's kind of nice, so you don't get all anxious and stuff. When we were moving, that was like my go-to drink. Lastly, is of course our Streamlabs tipping link. If you throw something in there, we'll make sure we give you a shout out and a say in some future content. Thanks for checking out the video, and take a look for the next one, and or go check out some of our other stuff. We just did an unboxing for the 007 First Light controller, and we also did our first impressions video of the same game. So feel free to go check those out back to back. You're gonna love it, and we may even be online again today with the finale to Doom: The Dark Ages. We'll actually talk this time because our last couple have been silent streams outside of the gameplay. Anyways, thanks for checking it out, guys. Catch you next time.